everyone, it's Kelly here with She Learns Video, and today we are going to be talking about the gear that I use for making my Instagram Reels. So I know as more and more people are starting to create Reels, some of them are feeling a bit intimidated by the gear that they need or knowing the exact steps to getting started. So if you are just jumping into Reels, I hope that this information is helpful and shows you that you really don't need much to get going. All right, so I'm gonna be really candid. When Reels first started out, I was kind of hoping that maybe they would just go away because I was overwhelmed, I was intimidated. And as a videographer, I of course know how to make films, but I was a little intimidated by the fact that I needed to use my phone to make this short form video and I was gonna have to put myself on screen. So if you are in that spot, I totally relate and understand. But the great thing is now after making some and having a process down, I really kind of love them. They give you the opportunity to be fun and playful and really show your personality through video, which if you've been here long, you know how much I love video, and I love that it's getting more people into the medium and giving more people an opportunity to be creative. All right, so let's chat about what you need to get started in making Reels. Okay, so the first question I get from a lot of people is, how do I hold my iPhone or my phone of choice? And it's honestly the best way to do it for me has been this little gadget that I bought off of Amazon. It's just a phone mount and it screws right on top to a light stand or a tripod. So I have this little mount that I put it on top of a tripod, or sometimes I will put it on a light stand if I'm only utilizing one light. Right now I'm using my light stands for this light I have here and a light that I have back there, but your tripod will work just as well. It has a mount here that you would traditionally screw into your camera, but for this example, we're gonna be attaching it to the phone mount that you've purchased off of Amazon, or I'm sure you can buy them at like Walmart or any type of shopping center. The next thing is that you'll need a tripod. So I have a tripod here that folds up pretty small. I can take it on the go with me, and the mount just attaches right here to the top. As I said before, if you're a photographer and you have light stands, you can also utilize those. Next up, you wanna make sure that you have good lighting. So for many of us, we could probably stand right by a window on a cloudy day, and as a photographer, if you're watching this, or a videographer, I'm sure you know how to find great light, so I don't really need to tell you, but if you want the consistent light on a regular basis, I would invest in some sort of light, some sort of video light. And for me, I have a few different options. I have two newer lights that I utilize for all of my YouTube videos, which I will link to below. And then I know many people are accustomed to using what's called a ring light, and it does give you a beautiful light on your face. It's kind of, just shaped in the shape of a ring or a circle, and it actually sometimes allows you to attach the phone mount there in the middle of the circle. So that could be something you look into as well. I have one of those, and personally, I prefer the look of a softbox attached to a video light. That's just personal preference, so don't overthink it too much. Find something that is affordable, easy to use, and fits your needs. On top of having a nice, consistent video light, you're going to want to have a light stand. So I would encourage you to find a little bit of a nicer light stand. If you are moving around your house or your studio to make these Reels, you want something that's not going to tip over super easily and has a little bit of substantial weight on the bottom. So find something like that. If you wanted to, you could also use another tripod to mount your light up on top of that, but totally up to you. I would encourage you to find a light stand. They're really affordable on Amazon, so find one over there, and I will link to mine down below. All right, next thing you want to consider, it's not necessarily gear, but it is something that's going to be in your frame, and that is what is in the backdrop. So you just want to make sure that the backdrop's not going to be super distracting, and you want to make sure it's somewhat consistent and stable. So if you are moving on camera, you don't necessarily want there to be a lot of motion in the background, unless for some reason that's a focus of your reel. I tend to encourage people to opt for just a nice clean background, something like a blank wall, or if you've got Savage paper or a pop-up backdrop, you could use that as well. Or if you just want to use a space in your office, that also works. Another thing to keep in mind and have at the ready are any props you need. So if you are doing a reel where you're showing off your camera gear, just make sure you have everything ready to go. And that's essentially part of the gear that you'll need when you are making these reels. The next piece of gear that I utilize is a spreadsheet for making my reels. So I use this spreadsheet to make sure that the reel creation process goes a little bit quicker, and it has outlined all the audio that I plan to use on my reels and then all of the content or information that I plan to incorporate in my video. I use this to make the process quick and easy, and that way I know exactly what I need to make on any days when I'm batching my reel content. And I also have a video on batching your reel content. Go over and watch that if you want to start doing this on a regular basis. Occasionally, I just like to have fun with it when I'm making reels, and I will just scan through maybe on the morning when I'm creating my batch content and pop in a few random ones that have come up on that day. If I find something that's super relatable or I really connect to, I just like to have fun and be playful with it. So I think no matter what gear you are using and no matter what content you're making, have fun, be playful, show your personality, and these reels will really be successful for you. If you have any other gear that you would recommend for someone who's just starting out with making reels, definitely drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear if this is helpful for you. And if you have any questions, let me know. Go over to shelearnsvideo.com to learn more.